this is Kurt ASMR. I hope you're doing really well today. So I'm not doing camera tapping video today. I'm going to do my entire fragrance collection. This video is going to be in 3 parts, and I'm doing a different style. So, yeah, I'm going to split it into 3 parts, and you're not gonna see my face on camera. I did this style of video for my first ever ASMR video about 3 years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing, but it went down pretty well, so I'm sort of recreating that style, and I just wanted to mix it up anyway. So this will be in 3 parts. This is part one. So let's get into it. This is just kind of in completely random order. I've mixed up my fragrances, so let's go ahead with the first one. This is Kenzo Pour Homme. The box has this cool wave design. They change it up every few years. It's just kind of plain on. We can see the embossed wave there. Yeah, it's plain on. And this is probably my second favourite fragrance of all time. So, sorry, I'll have to sort of reach back, but that's the whole bottle there. And they have this cool wave design of the bottle. And this is 100ml, and this is the second bottle I ever owned. And I've probably used about 60% of this bottle. And this is a beautiful lemon, lotus and yuzu. It's been going for a long time. It's been going since the mid-90s, or late 90s, I think. 98 was launched. But it smells really modern to me, really fresh and aquatic. If you like things like Pour Homme, you'll like this. There's a women's version as well. You'll soon see that Kenzo's a big favourite of mine. I love their brand, so yeah, that's the wave bottle. I'll spray some of these, but not this one because I want to save this one, but some of the other ones I will spray for you. I don't have the notes. Sometimes I have the notes on Fragrantica, but I don't have those. So, okay, next. This is another Kenzo one. This is actually in a pouch, which came with a different fragrance. It came with one called Hyperwave. They do like a sort of summer flanker, and the Hyperwave came with this sort of pouch. But it's not Hyperwave, it's actually okay, so I'm sorry I can't get all this in the frame, but this is Kenzo Eau de Parfum, and this, I kept that in the pouch for the other fragrance which I used up because I bought this as a gift set which came with like a wash bag and this fragrance. I love this fragrance. Sadly it's discontinued. Whereas the other one, the Kenzo, the previous one, is widely available. But you can still buy the original of this. It comes in a different bottle. It's a bamboo bottle. The original of this is really nice too. That smells a bit more old school if you're a younger person. It almost has like a rubber opening, like a rubber dinghy opening, and as if you smelled a rubber dinghy before taking it out on the water or something. I think that was the original. Anyway, that's the original. That's nice. It grows on you. I really love it. This one is a really deep aquatic. Again, I've used about half of it. I'm surprised I haven't been as sparing with it, but I do love it so much. So, and I've had this about maybe like 3.5 years as well. It was on my list for a long time, and it's an eau de parfum, so it can be quite strong, and it says this sort of like katana sword design with the sort of graded colour, which I really like. I'm sad they stopped doing this style bottle, but and I don't like a lot of the new Kenzo fragrances by Quentin Bish, the perfumer. Does like low Kenzo intense, which I hate. It has a thick note which makes me nauseous. I know that some people love it. I don't even like the marine one, so unfortunately those are a pass for me. They just brought out a new summer one called Low Pure, which I really like. But that's Kenzo. Kenzo Homme Eau de Parfum. Very nice. The spray is like built into the cap like that. So. Okay, next. This is Saint Hilaire. This is a sort of bizarre French brand that I just sort of spotted online. And then subsequently when I went to Paris I did see these in a perfume shop. One of my big hobbies is scouring the internet for like bizarro European brands that I've never heard of, and this was one that came up. So this is unique, and it's very unique. It smells kind of very ozonic, kind of like Lanvin, if you've ever smelled that. These were very, very cheap. These were like £17 each, so I bought 3 of these. There was Unique, Power and Extreme. Now I actually finished Extreme, and I sold Power because it smelled very similar to Bentley for Men Intense, which I already own. This is very fresh. I've been using this as my work fragrance when I work from home. I have an office job, but I can work from home most of the time, but I feel like this would be a bit too strong to wear to the office. And unfortunately the cap is so cheap that the fragrance is actually melting the cheap silver paint, which is not good. Cheap doesn't have to mean nasty. I mean, it smells nice. When I used to wear this sort of in the colder months, it smelled a bit strong, but now it's warming up. I've actually been going a bit crazy with this because I just want to sort of use it up. So this has been my work fragrance at home. I'd struggle to wear it to the office because I do. The good thing about it is quite strong. It has this very peppery, it's a fresh peppery note. It sounds good. I like that bit of the bottle, even though it is cheap and plasticky, but I mean, it's definitely unique. Let's say, I'm always looking out for something different, and it's definitely unique. I will do the sprayer on this and try not to spray myself in it. Oh wait, you can't see the thing, can you? There you go. Yeah. But I won't buy this again once I've used it up. But hey, it was cheap, so I do like the kind of bottle design. Sort of chunky bottle with this, especially for ASMR. But yeah. I'm going to probably finish this in the next 2-3 weeks because it's been so hot here lately that I've been just topping it up throughout the day, so yeah. Okay, next is Carven Paris La Havane. It has this kind of corrugated box. This is from Carven's exclusive range, and I bought these in Belgium. I was there for my birthday last year, and they have they have 7 of these now, but at the time they had 5. Yeah, it's a long story, but one of them was on my list, and then when it got to sort of me being able to get back to Belgium, I was like, oh, F it, I'll just treat myself and buy. I bought 4 of the 5 at the time. One of them I didn't like, and I smelled the other 2. There's like Paris, the other 2 that came out, Paris Angkor and Paris, oh god, I always forget the other one. It begins with M. based on places, so obviously it's inspired by Cuban cigars, Cuba, La Havane Cuban cigars. These labels are a real fingerprint magnet though, which is annoying, and they get stained as well. It's got my fingerprints on there and it won't come out. They're sort of embossed into the label, which these are quite expensive. These are, I think I got a discount with a loyalty card thing. So maybe they were about €130 each. It's about, I don't know, around 130 to €150. This is so nice though. It's like a sweet cherry tobacco. It's much too intense for summer, but I don't regret buying this one. Yeah, this is really nice tobacco fragrance. But I haven't used this much because I've been using other fragrances in winter. Even though I've had this for a year and a half now, but I will use it in winter. So yeah. Sorry, I'm going to put these away as we go along. So, okay, let's do Bentley for Men Intense. I talked about this. So that's the box. It's a nice gold box. This is well known in the fragrance community as being like a sort of cheapy. One of the best cheapies you can buy because it is cheap. I paid about £25 for it, maybe even 20. It was on discount, so, and I'd heard all about it. And this is a boozy fragrance, so it has a rum note. I quite like the chunky bottle as well. I feel like it would sit nicely in a cup holder of your Bentley. Not that I own a Bentley, but yeah, I had to smell it. I'll give it a spray because I've got lots left. Not a great spray, and this actually top bit is a bit tinny and cheap. But maybe that's why the cost comes down, because the actual fragrance itself is so nice. It's rum. So if you don't like rum, this might be a bit strong for you, but yeah, it's obviously mixed with other notes, a bit ambery. A bit of citrus and florals to smooth it out. Most fragrances have citrus up top and the mid notes and a woody base, but the rum is very dominant, but it's very classy, very sophisticated. It's absolutely boiling here today. There's going to be thunderstorms. I don't think you're going to hear thunder today, but it's too hot to wear a fragrance like this today. And the evenings have been very hot as well. We're kind of having a heat wave here in the UK, so but I do like this bottle to you. It's very nice fragrance. I don't know if I'll buy it again because it's one of those that's so strong you sort of use it sparingly. So, okay, next this is another. Sorry about my chair. This is another Carven one. This is Paris Alexandrie, inspired by Alexandria in Egypt. This is my favourite of the Carven private line fragrances. This was the one that was on my list for a long time. I visited France and they gave me a sample of it. And I loved that sample, and eventually I bought this one. And this is very special because this was the fragrance I wore to my wedding day, because it's very classy and sophisticated. It smells very similar to Armani Louis Ohi that's in a cylindrical sort of grey cylinder bottle. Smells very similar to that, but again, this was expensive, but this was the main one I wanted when I was finally able to buy this on my birthday, but then ended up buying 3 more. And it smells, it's very sort of, I just put it to my nose, it's very rooty and earthy. I won't spray this one. They have magnetic caps actually. I don't want it to come down too hard. It's got carrot seeds, lavender, it has this sort of very dark, deep, rooty, earthy, dark, but it's not like obnoxious. It's just really classy. So I was glad to wear this on my wedding day. It was actually a warm spring day, my wedding day, so this was fine. It's not my wife, not my fiance anymore. It's not my wife's favourite on me, but I said, "Oh, what do you think of this?" She said, "Oh, I like it." Before when I said this was going to be my wedding fragrance, but yeah, I like it. But she does have a favourite on me, which I will show you. So I'm just popping that back in the box. Again, I'm not going to ramble too much because I don't want this video to be too long. Alright, next we've got, this is L'instant Homme de Guerlain, Paris, Guerlain, L'instant Homme. This is the Eau de Toilette. There's also an Eau de Parfum version. And this, guys, this is a new favourite of mine. This has been on my list for a while. And I love the square bottles, just very elegant and very classy. And this has a sort of juicy, I think it's a mandarin orange, it's very juicy orange up top. Oh, I can't get the cap off. Yeah, very juicy mandarin, like a orange up top with a very woody base. I can't remember what the mid notes are again, but it's just very classy. It has a bit of a cacao note as well, so it gives it this sort of slightly chocolatey feeling, but I went with the Eau de Toilette over the Eau de Parfum because people were saying that this is more versatile. Then the Eau de Parfum, which I do want to try, but it sounds like that would be more appropriate for winter. The cap looks like that, has just the sort of Guerlain. I guess it's their symbol on there. Sorry, my chair is very squeaky. And you're on like a little selfie tripod thing, so I don't want to knock you over. I've already bashed the mic a few times. But yeah, this is so classy, and this is like a new favourite of mine. Because it's just really sophisticated and classy, but again, not too strong. You know, you can wear this on a summer's day, but it'll also be nice. It's also nice in a cold winter as well, so it's quite versatile, but it leans towards more of a summery fragrance. Yeah, so this is great for a date, this one actually. Very nice, L'instant de Guerlain. I got this online off, I think, My Origins for £62. Guerlain tends to be more expensive, but that's okay. It's worth every penny, this one. I'd love to check out some of their other fragrances as well, although there's one called L'Homme Idéal, which I don't like at all. It has this almond note, which I find a bit sickly, but this doesn't have that, so it's very nice. Yeah. So. Okay, next, this is another weird sort of cheapie that I bought abroad. This is Out in the Storm. This is has a sort of guy out in it. Looks like he's in the surf, and there's a storm approaching. This was like €20, and I bought it from this. There's a chain of shops in Belgium called EC Paris XL. They're basically like a chain of perfume shops, and what they do is they do their own men's and women's sort of own brand, cheapo own brand, and this is. I wanted this because you couldn't get it anywhere else except Belgium, so I was like fascinated by these. I smelled them the first trip I did, and then I couldn't remember what they smelled like, but I knew that you couldn't get them anywhere else. But anyway, it turns out that these are little sort of dupes of existing fragrances. There's no way around it. They are dupes, but it's fine. This smells very much like Jean-Paul Gaultier La Malle, the original La Malle, like a vanilla lavender. It actually says on the box they're saying ginger and vetiver, but I don't think citrus notes, and it might have a bit of vetiver, but it's more got that sort of vanilla lavender combo. And yeah, very much like Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mal DNA, which I've had. Like, I bought a fragrance from Next as well. A lot of own brand like clothing stores will have Le Mal clones as well, because it's such a well-known DNA. But I don't mind spraying that because it was cheap. But it's very nice, yeah, if you like Jean Paul Gaultier. Very nice. Ooh, that went in my mouth. That's not great. Okay. My hay fever's so bad as well. I wonder if it's affecting my ability to smell things. I do like the bottle though. It's very elegant and classy and nice. But yeah, I won't buy this again. I'd sooner just buy the original Le Mal, which I have owned before. I don't have very long nails, so it's hard for me to tap on things. Slightly blue juice there. Okay, so that's Out in the Storm, The Perfumist. I'll put that back in the box later. Next, this is kind of like a new favourite. This is Paris Hilton, For Men. And you can still see I still have the sticker on there. I bought it from, I want to say Burlington. A Burlington coat rack, but yeah, it's $10.99. My wife is American, so I was over there. And this was on my list. I was very curious about this. This is a baby little 30ml bottle. I love that the bottle is really cute, and this is a very fresh cucumber watermelon smell. The spray is like that. I'll just do one spray, but very nice cucumber watermelon smell. I want to check out her other fragrances actually. I smelled one in a black bottle, which was okay, but it smelled similar to something else. But this is so nice, so fresh. I actually bought this around Christmas time, even though it's absolutely more of a summery fragrance, and immediately started using it. So I've had this, about 6 months, and I've used over half of it, it looks like. So very nice. I'll probably buy a bigger bottle of this next time. Probably go for a 50ml, because it's so fresh, invigorating, quite strong actually. Surprisingly strong for a sort of freshie, so yeah, it's very nice. Let me know if you've tried this one. I think it's a real gem. It's like one of my new favourites. I love it when you find a fragrance that becomes like a new favourite. This one might be a new favourite as well. This is Michael Jordan Legend. Yeah, it made an appearance in my spring fragrance wearing video. And this is the bottle with Michael Jordan's silhouette on there. And this is a coffee, and it's got a cappuccino note in it, so lavender and cappuccino. Bit of a cheap sprayer, but it's very sweet, but not cloyingly sweet, just very relaxed, comforting, very nice. You can smell that cappuccino note. It's just really smooth. Very classy. It's easier to get in America than the UK, but I bought this, I think I bought this off eBay, but in America, and had it shipped to my fiance's place. I was worried about this because some fragrances which are too sweet make me sick. People said this is like a Bond No. 9 New Harlem, which is a niche fragrance which smells like coffee and syrup and pancakes, and I used to own that. And I sold it because it gave me a headache. I don't want to smell like that all day, but this smells more like a perfume than that you spilled breakfast on yourself. Very cheap top, but it's got Michael Jordan's signature on there, embossed. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Very nice. That's another new favourite as well. I probably will buy another one of that. You can still get it, but I think just to say it's a bit more easier in the USA. Well done, Michael Jordan. That's another amazing achievement. Here we go. Here's Kenzo again. It's got to be my favourite fragrance brand. This is Kenzo Power, which you can still get, but the bottle has changed. But I have one of the older bottles. You see, there's a picture of a flower on there, so this is a floral fragrance, but it's a beautiful, like, sweet floral. People say it has a Sprite vibe, and I can smell that. I can get that. It's very sweet. It's unisex. The new bottle is translucent. It's just like a standard glass bottle with a bit of frosting from the bottom. But I'm so glad you can still get this because I love it. I'm so glad you can still get this because I love it. And this is I almost exclusively wear this in spring because it's quite strong. It's strong in terms of projection, but the smell is very uplifting, if you get my meaning. And so spring is perfect for that. It's a bit too strong for summer, maybe a summer night, but autumn fine. But for some reason I'm always in the mood for this in the spring, and it always gives me such a confidence boost. Yeah, this sort of fizzy, it's supposed to be the concept was a flower that doesn't exist in nature, so floral, but it has this sort of sweet muskiness, but not too musky, because I hate some musky fragrances, give me a headache. So yeah, but very nice. I'm not going to spray that because I'm pretty sure I've had this many years. I've had this about 5 years, but I'm pretty sure it's a fingerprint magnet, but also I'm pretty sure I'm near the bottom of this, so even though you can still get it, I don't want to use this all up just yet. And I'd say I only tend to use it generally in spring, not always, but generally. It's taken a long time for me to use that one. That's Kenzo Power. Okay, next this is Tommy Bahama for him. In an orange box, and they have the swordfish, which is a Tommy Bahama brand. So this one, again, I bought this. This was on my wish list on Fragrantica. You can sort of have a wish list. This had been on my list for a long time, and it comes in this sort of almost like a diamond-shaped orange bottle. And it sort of opens up almost like a lighter or something, but this is very fresh. This smells very much like Nautica Voyage, and the spray is one of the best ever. Like that really shoots out a lot. You can see it's got the Tommy swordfish on there. I've actually been spraying this before going to bed because it's been really nice, but I should use this during the day because now we're into like the heat of summer. I am wearing a summer fragrance, but I think that might be in part 2 of the video, my sort of scent of the day, because I'll be filming these on the same day. But yeah, this is fresh. If you smelt Nautica Voyage, this is almost like a bit of a slightly spicier, ambery, more version of that. Again, this was on my list, and I saw it in America at a Beals, if you know that chain store, if you're in the USA, Beals. I used to have a little set of 4 Tommy Bahama mini Tommy Bahama fragrances, like St. Kitts, Martinique, very cool, and St. Bart's, I think, but they were very nice as well, very tropical. They tend to be eau de cologne. This isn't eau de cologne, so they don't last very long, but For an eau de cologne, actually, this lasts a surprising amount of time. So, but yeah, Tommy Bahama. I bought this at Christmas time as well. In the USA, around the time I got the Paris Hilton. And yeah, it's been my sort of comforting bedtime fragrance for a lot of the time. But I did wear this a lot, sort of, when I first bought it on my USA trip. So, yeah. Next, we've got Azzaro Sea. Of course, I'm sure you can tell that this is going to be an aquatic fragrance. It has this stupid thing on that says, "Oh, take the cap off," and it's a splash. But the thing is that this cap doesn't come off without forcing it, and I just use it as a spray. I don't know what they were thinking of, but anyway, this is discontinued, unfortunately. But because putting the cap on was quite loud, this is discontinued. But this is a really nice aquatic fragrance, and this is my second bottle. I bought a bottle when I was in France about 5 years ago, and yeah, used it all up. Finished my last bottle about a year ago, and I was sad not having a replacement, so I bought a new one off eBay. Again, it was in America, bizarrely, but I actually did see this in a chemist in France last year, but they wanted €120 for it, and I paid like $50 for this one on eBay. This only has like 3 notes. It's like mandarin orange, sea notes, and patchouli, I think. But yeah, you just get a very nice. The orange is more prominent than the salty sea notes, but the salty sea notes sort of back it up. So yeah, very citrusy, salty, and I love it. Very comforting, great for summer. As I say, I've only had this particular bottle about 2 months now, so but it's beautiful. I love this bottle, actually. Very nice. It is so hot. I've had to close my windows because otherwise you're going to get cars going past. It's too loud, but yeah, it's yeah, I'm melting, but yeah. Okay, guys, that is part one of my fragrance collection. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon for part 2 of my entire